Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Robert Storms. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So today is Monday, it's the box office, and it's a beautiful day because Terminator Dark Fate has met its dark fate at the box office. So I have Box Office Mojo pulled up. Let's take a look at the weekend numbers and see just how bad Terminator Dark Fate actually did. So here we are on Box Office Mojo. Terminator Dark Fate came in at $29 million. So just to kind of give you a idea of how bad that actually is, let's scroll down here and look at Terminator Jenny Smith versus Dark Fate. 7-day total, $29 million versus, that's right, Terminator Jenny Smith 7-day total of $49 million. It's almost half. It's almost half, guys. Terminator Dark Fate made less than almost half of what Jenny Smith did, and we all know that Jenny Smith was not a very good movie. So why is this? Why is this, guys? Why? Is it because of Terminator fatigue? I see people throwing that around like it's so casual. Oh, it's because of Terminator fatigue. It's not because of Terminator fatigue. I can promise you that. I was one of the ones that were actually excited for this movie. I didn't like the trailers, but I liked the idea of Tim Miller directing this thing, James Cameron coming back as producer, having a creative input on the film. But then when the reviews started coming out, and people were telling me, spoiler alert, John Connor dies in the first 5 minutes of this film, and they do that in order to usher in a new character by the name of Danny to just kind of throw this whole feminine thing in our faces. I was kind of turned off by that. As you can see by the plethora of things behind me, I am not someone against feminism. I love female superheroes. I love female protagonists. I love female heroes in general. When it's done right, I love it. It's awesome. I think there's nothing sexier. But when you sit there and you kill a mainstay character like John Connor, even the first Terminator that didn't even have John Connor in it, John Connor was the most important person in that movie because John Connor is the future savior and leader of the resistance. It's important that Sarah Connor survives in order to give birth to John Connor. So John Connor has always been a mainstay in the Terminator franchise. He didn't just die on a beach in the first 5 minutes of a movie. So after hearing that, I rebelled against the film. I'm like, I'm just not going to go see this thing. I will wait for it to come out on Redbox. It just is not worth my time. I don't care about these CGI action effects that people think look cool and all. It's like, I can see enough CGI action effects on 90% of other movies that don't kill John Connor. So I don't care about that. That's the real reason why I think Terminator Dark Fate bombed at the box office. Not because of Terminator fatigue. Don't give me that crap. You give us a good Terminator movie, people will come see it. Just like every time a DC film fails, all this comic book fatigue. But yet when DC puts out good movies like The Joker, it makes over $900 million. And you know what? That's a great transition because that's the next film we're going to talk about. Joker came in this weekend at number 2 with $13.9 million, and it's now hit over $930 million worldwide for a film that was on a $55 million budget. You know people in Warner Brothers is happy about that. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Over $900 million now. Over $900 million on a $55 million budget. That's insane, right? Yeah, Greg. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I thought Dark Fate was going to do something. I mean, who would have thought that they would have killed the most important character in the franchise in the first 5 minutes of the movie? Yeah. Like, even we waited to the end of Batman v Superman to kill Superman. You know, like, can you imagine if people went and saw Batman v Superman would kill Superman in the first 5 minutes? Yeah. So, any word on Joaquin Phoenix coming back for the sequel? What we are seeing with Joker is nothing short of phenomenal. It's amazing what this movie has done. There are people out there that says if this movie don't hit $1 billion, it's gonna be considered a flop in their eyes. Like, how do you consider a movie that was made for $55 million a flop in any way? These are people that don't understand business. They don't understand how budgets and stuff work, and they really just like to talk out of their ass. Ain't that right, Jimmy? This movie cost $55 million to make. It has made over $900 million at the global box office. It has made so much profit, more profit than Avengers Infinity War, than Avengers Endgame. The amount of profit that this movie has generated is just insane. And I don't know if we're ever going to see something like this. But this just kind of goes to prove my point that I was making with Terminator. Like, you can't say there's Terminator fatigue. Just like you can't say there's comic book fatigue when a bad comic book movie comes out and it doesn't do well, and another one that's actually good comes out, it does well. It's not fatigue, it's just putting out quality films. Joker has a small budget and it's made over $900 million. Dark Fate had almost a $200 million budget. It killed off its main character in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and it's just a plethora of CGI action fights. Like, people have seen that all the time. We have seen it time and time again. People want to see something different. Terminator should have went back to basics. Very simple. Like, Terminator should have been made for under $100 million. And you can really just make a good character piece for your Terminator franchise, much like the Joker did. Joker is nothing but a small budget character piece. Small budget in terms of comic book films, but small budget nonetheless. And it succeeded and it defied expectations. So I personally think Terminator should be just dead at this point. I think Terminator just kind of needs to go away, probably reevaluate what the franchise is, and I say just reboot the whole thing in about 10 years, because you can't come back from this. You tried everything. You tried everything from, doing a soft reboot with Jenny Smith to going back and saying, well, the other movies don't count, this is a direct sequel to 2. You have tried everything now. You cannot come back from this. You have to do a reboot at this point. But anyway, guys, that is this week's box office numbers. I want to know what you guys think, though. I know a lot of you guys seen Dark Fate. I've been reading the comments. A lot of you guys really enjoy it, and I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. I'm happy there are people out there that find enjoyment. I am not trying to take your enjoyment away from you whatsoever. If you've seen the movie and you enjoy it, congratulations. I'm happy that you enjoy it. Me, I don't like what they did. I refuse to go see the movie, but that doesn't stop me from talking about how much the movie made. So, Terminator Dark Fate is a massive flop, while Joker continues to soar above the sky like an eagle. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.